So let's talk about the situation with the county manager. As we have it now, she's still charged with a number of crimes, yet she's still on the payroll for the county, is that correct?
She's still a county manager.
Yeah, why is that? In the discussions that you've had as a body, why have you kept her on as county manager even though she is charged with these crimes where she's accused of defrauding the county?
That's accused. Until she is proven guilty in the court of law, that's the only thing we can do according to the Constitution of the United States of America.
Not necessarily, because she did tender her resignation. Yes,
She did not tender her resignation.
She did not?
We don't have no resignation from her. Right now, she's still the county manager.
And is she on any sort of a paid administrative leave or some sort of a time away so that you guys can think about what the next steps are?
She's on personal leave right now, her vacation, that's it. She'll be back on Monday to work.
She'll be back on Monday.
Yes.
So this body is comfortable knowing that she's charged with crimes, or she may have or may not have defrauded this government.
That's what.
But you're okay with her being on the job?
Because you said she may, maybe not. She's not guilty yet until she's proven in the court of law, according to the Constitution of the United States, she is innocent, and that right, everybody in this room has that right, and I'm abiding by the Constitution. I fought for that right.
What about abiding by the people who elected you? And maybe who might be worried about tax dollars being misspent in this county? Do you worry about them?
When it's proven that she's guilty, we'll deal with that, but right now it's an allegation. She's guilty.
And we're gonna take the precautions as a commission to make sure and double check and make sure that our eyes are watching for things also.
And that brings me to my next question, Commissioner. Was this commission watching closely the dollars of this county when these allegations were happening?
This commission was not elected when those allegations were, during those allegations.
Commissioner Candelaria was.
So from what I understand, though, that's mine. You don't need to take that. From what I understand, though, you're saying that from this point going forward, you'll keep an eye on the dollars.
We've always kept an eye on the dollars.
There's checks and balances within the government anyway. So we're gonna make sure that we're gonna keep our checks and balances there, and we're gonna continue to do what we do.
But what about this? Where were the checks and balances when these accusations came out?
They're in place, they're there. They're there. There's several people that have looked at those, and you've got your comptroller, you've got your treasurer, you've got your commissioners, and, you know, we're gonna do our best to keep the county running and run it well.
I'll make this my last question, but how do you guarantee the people in Torrance County that a person who's accused of defrauding the county, who's coming back to the job on Monday, that things will be okay? How do you make the reassurance?
Accused. The word accused, what it means. Accused. That should answer everything. Accused.
Is that your last?
That's my last comment.
What about you, Commissioner? How do you make that guarantee that she's not going to, that somebody who's accused of defrauding the county?
Have there been any allegations from 2010?
I'm sure you've read this just like I did.
Have there been any allegations from 2010 when we were elected?
Again, Commissioner, I asked the questions.
Again, this is my commission.
I'm sorry. What's your point?
My point is that there have not been any allegations from 2010. I cannot answer any questions that were before that.
All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, other members, have her powers or duties been restricted at all? Does she have the same?
She's a county manager.
Does she? I understand that, but does she have the same authority now that she had before?
She's a county manager. Doesn't that answer your question? What do you want me to do?
No, it's a yes or no question.
She's a county manager. That's it.
I'm just wondering whether.
A yes or no, that's sufficient. She's a county manager.
So she'll still have all the same
She's
fiduciary
the county
responsibilities that she had before.
She is the county manager.
There's checks and balances that have been in place and will continue to be in place.
And what are those specifically? Like, maybe you can just run
I'm
those.
not going
by
to
me.
comment anymore. There's checks and balances, and our attorneys are here, and we've got lots, like I said, there's lots of people who are along the way gonna be watching and have been watching, and there's checks and balances. And we're gonna stand behind our county manager.
All right, thanks, guys.
Been misconduct, and the people who are bringing these charges are state people who have excellent background and integrity. I think that she should have, her resignation should have been accepted, and certainly she shouldn't be in her office.
Yeah. Do you trust that when your tax dollars come here, that they're going to be spent wisely with this county manager on the job?
No, sir, I don't. In fact, this county manager sits on a very important board involving waste management here. And there's been money pumped into the waste management system that we could get poor service out. And I'm curious how her involvement has transpired in the past to interfere with good service. So there's other ramifications. The county manager is the CEO of our county, and she has full control of our budget. Most times there's no oversight by the county commission. They ask her what contract she recommends a contract. They say not enough money in the budget. She says, yeah. They say so moved. And that's the extent of their oversight.
I appreciate that. And let me chat with you too, because I know you had mentioned that you had some concerns. And I'll ask you the same question. When you send your tax dollars here, do you worry that they're not going to be spent appropriately?
Well, you're right about that. We all live on Torrance County, and a lot of us do believe on our county, and we would like for our county to do the right things for the people. Okay, and I've been coming here kind of fighting that over, but I really have no trust in the county. Okay, and all these issues that are happening right now, it happened when Mr. Candelaria was in. Okay, so when Mrs. Tapia said that they have, check and balance. Okay, so I want her to stand by what she said, that when all these issues happened, Candelaria had to sign, because that was the check and balance, right? So the commissioners should be, or should know where the money is going.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. We heard a county commissioner say that there are checks and balances in place. Do you think that those checks and balances exist?
That's no such thing. Okay. Now, if they think there's check and balance, we need to sit down and they can explain to the people where they are and how they work. Because I can come over here and tell you where they are and they ain't working. Okay? Because if that's the case, this county has a lot of issues, a lot. And it comes with the personnel. Somehow they came to be elected to run the county. They believe that they're in there because for their own people. They're in there for the people, not for themselves. And they know this. And I talked to them. I talked to Mr. Freiberger, okay, and I told him that they should be there to look after the people of Torrance County. We, the people, pay taxes. We don't have time. Okay, I had to take vacation today to be here. I think it would be an hour or two. They made it a whole day on purpose, I'm assuming. I don't know. I appreciate you guys here because you're the only ones that are going to help this county to get straight. But
Well, I appreciate